Stop everything and listen to me right now, because what I'm about to tell you could completely change the way you look at every single penny in your house. This is SF Coins, and today we're exposing 3 Lincoln Wheat pennies that look completely ordinary, but are actually worth life-changing money. Do not spend these coins. I'm serious. People are spending them every single day without realizing they just threw away a silent fortune. A 1927 Lincoln Wheat penny has shocked the auction world with massive prices. A 1939 wheat penny has exploded in value in today's collector market. And the most dangerous one of all, the 1924 D wheat penny, a coin so easy to ignore, yet so valuable it has stunned collectors everywhere. These are not rumors. These are real coins with real demand and real money behind them. And here's the crazy part. These coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight. In your pocket, in your jars, in your drawers. Collectors are quietly hunting them, fighting for them. And most people have absolutely no idea what they're holding. So before you spend another penny, check your change. Because if you have one of these coins, you might be holding a small fortune. Stay with me, because what you're about to see next is truly shocking. Now let's talk about the penny that is dangerously easy to ignore. The 1927 Lincoln Wheat penny. At first glance, it looks just like any other old coin. But hidden within a few rare versions of this penny are values that can reach thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And almost no one notices the difference. Coin number 1. One such coin is the 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny, a small copper piece that connects directly to a world on the edge of massive change. The Lincoln Wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of unity, strength, and leadership. This coin was revolutionary for its time, as it marked the first appearance of a real historical figure on everyday American currency. The design features Lincoln's portrait on the front, while the reverse shows 2 wheat stalks, representing growth and prosperity. Now step into 1939, a year standing at the doorway of global transformation. The world was entering a period of uncertainty, and soon history would shift dramatically. The 1939 penny was produced during this tense time, making it more than just currency. It is a witness to history. The 1939 penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At that time, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark, which often leads people to believe something is missing, when in reality, this is completely normal. Millions of these coins were produced, meaning they were widely used in everyday transactions. Because of this high production, most 1939 pennies are considered common today. In circulated condition, they usually show wear, scratches, and fading details from years of use. Many people describe them as dirty, but in truth, this is simply the natural effect of time and handling. But here is where the story becomes exciting. Coin collecting is not just about how many coins exist. It is about what makes one coin stand out from the rest. Even a common coin like the 1939 penny can become valuable if it has the right characteristics. Collectors search for high-grade coins, those rare pieces that have survived decades with minimal wear. A 1939 penny that still has sharp details, clear lettering, and original reddish color is much more desirable than a worn example. The difference in value between a common coin and a well-preserved one can be significant. There are also mint errors and varieties that can transform an ordinary coin into something special. These may include doubled designs, off-center strikes, or subtle differences created during the minting process. While such coins are rare, they're the true hidden treasures that collectors hope to find. The copper composition of the 1939 penny gives it a rich reddish tone when new. Over time, exposure to air and handling causes it to darken, turning brown or developing deep tones. This natural aging process is known as toning, and many collectors actually prefer it because it shows the coin has not been altered. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning their coins. A 1939 penny may look dull or aged, but cleaning it removes its original surface and reduces its value. In coin collecting, originality is everything. A natural coin is always more valuable than a polished one. Now let's talk about the powerful idea that a coin like this could make you rich overnight. This belief spreads quickly because it is exciting and full of hope. While it is true that some rare coins have sold for high amounts, the reality is more balanced. Most 1939 pennies are not rare and will not bring life-changing money. However, coins in exceptional condition or with rare features can still be worth much more than ordinary examples. The key is understanding what to look for, details that others might miss. Imagine holding a 1939 penny in your hand. This coin existed in a world very different from today. It may have passed through shops, markets, and pockets during a time when global events were about to reshape history. It is not just a coin, it is a piece of that moment in time. Coins like this remind us that history is not distant. It lives in the objects we still hold, in the smallest details that connect us to the past. Even a simple penny can carry a story that spans generations. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series remains one of the most beloved among collectors because it combines history, design, and the thrill of discovery. Even common dates like 1939 play an important role in that journey. In the end, the 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny is both ordinary and meaningful. Most examples are common, but the possibility of finding a rare detail keeps collectors searching and curious. And that is the real secret of coin collecting. It is not just about finding something worth millions. It is about understanding what you have, seeing what others overlook, and realizing that sometimes the smallest coin in your hand can hold a story far greater than its value. Ancient copper pieces to modern currency. These small objects have always been more than money. They are pieces of time. And among them, one coin that often slips through unnoticed yet holds deep historical weight is the 1927 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, marking a turning point in American coinage. For the first time, a real historical figure appeared on a circulating coin, and it changed the way people saw money forever. The design was simple but powerful. Lincoln's portrait on the front and two wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing growth, unity, and the strength of a nation. Now step into year 1927. The world was very different, decades before modern technology, before global digital systems, in a time when coins were used in nearly every daily transaction. The 1927 penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins at that time. This detail often confuses people today, making them think something is missing, when in fact it is completely normal. Millions of 1927 pennies were produced, which means that in average circulated condition, they are not extremely rare. Many of these coins were used heavily in daily life, passing through countless hands, which is why most examples today show wear scratches and faded details. These are often described as dirty coins, but in reality, this is simply the mark of time. But here's where the story becomes powerful. Even within a common coin like the 1927 penny, there are layers of value that most people never see. Coin collecting is not just about age, it is about rarity, condition, and unique characteristics. Collectors search carefully for high-grade coins, those rare pieces that somehow survived decades without heavy wear. A 1927 penny that still has sharp details, strong lettering, and original reddish color is far more valuable than a worn example. The difference between a common coin and a collectible one can be dramatic. There are also mint errors and subtle varieties that can transform a simple coin into something special. These might include double designs, off-center strikes, or other unusual features created during the minting process. While these are rare, they are the true hidden treasures that collectors hope to find. The copper composition of the 1927 penny gives it a warm red tone when new. Over time, exposure to air and handling causes it to darken, turning brown or developing deep tones. This process is natural and is known as toning. In fact, many collectors prefer coins with natural toning because it shows authenticity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning their coins. A 1927 penny might look dull or dirty, but cleaning it removes the original surface and reduces its value. In the world of coin collecting, originality is far more important than shine. Now let's talk about the powerful belief that a coin like this could make you a millionaire overnight. This idea spreads quickly because it is exciting and full of hope. And while it is true that some rare coins have sold for very high prices, the reality is more grounded. Most 1927 pennies are not rare and will not bring life-changing money. However, coins in exceptional condition or with rare features can still be worth significantly more than ordinary examples. The key is understanding what makes a coin different, and that requires knowledge, patience, and careful observation. Imagine holding a 1927 penny in your hand. This coin may have existed during a completely different world, passed through markets, shops, and pockets nearly a century ago. It may have witnessed economic changes, social shifts, and moments of history that we can only read about today. Coins like this are not just currency. They are connections to the past. They remind us that history is not distant. It lives in the objects we still hold. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series remains one of the most beloved among collectors because it combines simplicity, history, and the thrill of discovery. Even a common date like 1927 plays an important role in that story. In the end, the 1927 Lincoln Wheat Penny is both ordinary and meaningful. Most examples are common, but the search for rare errors and high-quality coins keeps collectors searching, hoping, and discovering. And that is the real secret. It is not just about finding a coin worth millions. It is about understanding what you have, seeing what others miss, and realizing that sometimes the smallest coin in your pocket can hold a story far greater than its size. The 1924 Lincoln Wheat Penny stands as a quiet but fascinating link to the past, often overlooked yet deeply meaningful. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, a figure who represents unity and strength in American history. This coin changed everything, becoming the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. The design shows Lincoln's portrait on the front, while the reverse displays two wheat stalks, symbolizing growth and prosperity. Now step into the year 1924, a time when the world was still recovering from global conflict and moving toward a new era of change. The 1924 penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During this period, Philadelphia coins did not include a mint mark, which often confuses people today. Many think something is missing, but in reality, this is exactly how the coin was meant to be. Millions of these coins were produced, and they circulated widely in everyday life. Because of this, most 1924 pennies found today show clear signs of wear, smooth surfaces, faded details, and darker color. Many people describe them as dirty, but this is simply the natural result of decades of use. But here's where the story becomes powerful. In the world of coin collecting, even a common coin can become valuable if it has the right characteristics. The 1924 penny is a perfect example of how small differences can create big interest. Collectors search carefully for high-grade examples, coins that somehow survived nearly a century with sharp details and original surfaces. A 1924 penny that still shows strong lettering, clear wheat lines, and a bright or lightly toned surface is far more desirable than a worn one. The difference between an average coin and a well-preserved one can be dramatic. There are also rare mint errors and varieties that can increase value significantly. These include double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual features created during the minting process. While these are not common, they're the true hidden treasures that collectors dream of finding. The copper composition of a 1924 penny gives it a rich red color when new. Over time, exposure to air and handling causes it to darken into shades of brown. This process, known as toning, is natural and often appreciated by collectors because it shows the coin has not been altered. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning their coins. A 1924 penny may look dull or aged, but cleaning removes the original surface and reduces its value. In coin collecting, originality is far more important than shine. A naturally aged coin is always more desirable than one that has been polished. Now let's talk about the powerful idea that a coin like this could make you a millionaire overnight. This belief spreads quickly because it is exciting and full of hope. While it is true that some rare coins have sold for very high prices, the reality is more balanced. Most 1924 pennies are not rare and will not bring life-changing money. However, coins in exceptional condition or with rare features can still be worth significantly more than ordinary examples. The key is understanding what makes a coin different, details that many people might overlook. Imagine holding a 1924 penny in your hand. It may have passed through markets, shops, and pockets nearly a century ago, witnessing a world very different from today. It is not just a coin. It is a small piece of history that has survived through time. Coins like this connect us directly to the past. They remind us that history is not just something we read, it is something we can hold. Even the smallest coin can carry stories that stretch across generations. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series remains one of the most beloved among collectors because it combines simplicity, history, and the thrill of discovery. Even a common date like 1924 holds an important place in that story. In the end, the 1924 Lincoln Wheat Penny is both ordinary and meaningful. Most examples are common, but the possibility of finding something rare keeps collectors searching. And that is the real secret of coin collecting. It is not just about finding something worth millions. It is about understanding what you have, seeing what others miss, and realizing that sometimes the smallest coin in your hand can hold a story far greater than its value.